Hello, welcome to Real Estate Gist with Modesty. Let me know where you are watching from when you join us, so you can comment. Welcome to Modesty Real Estate Gist with Modesty. So welcome. Kindly join us and share the video links. Let's know where you are watching from. Comment your name and your location. So I'm going to start from where we stopped last week. So just give us a few minutes to join. Let's know where you are watching from. Kindly let us know your name, your location, your name, your location. So let's know where you are watching from. Today we are going to be looking at something very, very, very important. Something you would like to know about real estate investment, something that will definitely benefit you. So once you join, do it to tell us where you are watching from. You can comment with your name and your location. This is Real Estate Gist with Modesty. Remember, you will have opportunity to ask questions. Any question that is real estate related, you have opportunity to ask. So we still have like 5 minutes, few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, then we'll start with what we are teaching today. So join and comment with your name and your location. Okay. So I can see some of you are already joining. Welcome. So your name, your location. We're going to be looking at real estate investment opportunities today. Something that will definitely affect your finance, so it's not a session that you should miss. So kindly comment with your name and your location. All right, watching from Ibadan. Okay, so let's know your name, your location. Once you join, let's know where you are watching from. In today's session, we are going to look at least 3 to 5 opportunities in real estate that you can invest in at your level of income. Remember, our goal is not just for those that are high-class citizens, those that have millions in their accounts. If you watch the last Wednesday, you see that we shared quite a number of things that you can start your real estate investment with from your level of income. So we are going to share more insights today and continue from there. So kindly join now, share the link, and let us know where you are watching from. You can join, you can share. Let's know where you are watching from. Okay. Alright, so I'll just give a quick recap on what we taught last Wednesday. We looked at what real estate is, and we saw that real estate has to do with lands and landed properties. It has to do with lands, landed properties. In fact, the word real is used to describe it because it has a level of permanence. It has a level of permanence, immovable, so it's not what can be moved from one location to another. So last Wednesday we looked at the what and the why of real estate. What is real estate? And we looked at the different types of real estate: residential real estate, commercial real estate, industrial real estate, then special use. We looked at all of that. Then land real estate, so residential, industrial, land, special use. And I told you that residential real estate has to do with landed properties that are built for the sake of residence. They are built for people to live in. They are built for the sake of residence. So here we have apartments, we have houses that are built and given out to people to let. Then commercial real estate has to do with landed properties built for business purposes like shops, complex, shopping malls. Then we also looked at land real estate, which has to do with bare land. All right, bare land that does not necessarily have a structure, that is being used for different purposes like agriculture. Then we also looked at industrial real estate. That means lands that are used for the sake of industry. That means for production and processing of raw materials. And we looked at special use, those lands that are designated by the government to for some special uses like cemetery. You can't really classify them into any other real estate, but they belong to the public, they belong to the government, they are designed for special use. And we saw the why of real estate, why you should invest in real estate. So we're going to just put a recap on that, and we'll now show you some opportunities, some ways you can invest in real estate. So why must I invest in real estate? Is it because everybody is talking about real estate? Is it because real estate is just what everybody is talking about? You can't have a discussion with anyone without asking you, have you invested in real estate? Have you invested in real estate? So what is the essence of real estate investment? So we looked at three major reasons. One of the things we emphasize is that it protects you against inflation. Real estate investment protects you against inflation. So how that the increase in price, increase in the cost of living of a particular community or a country like Nigeria doesn't affect real estate negatively. So the more the cost of things increases, the more there is inflation in the country, the more your return on investment increases. So it protects you against inflation. If you have real estate investment, you will not be scared that the price of things are going up. You won't be scared. You will be comfortable, because as the price of things are going up, the price of your land and landed properties are actually going up. So nothing protects many times against inflation more than real estate. So it makes it one of the safest investment you can have in a country like Nigeria with the rate of inflation we are currently experiencing. All right, another thing we saw is that it gives you high return. Real estate gives you high level of return, and I used different things. So I gave different scenarios and explanations on this. Of course, you can watch the recap on our YouTube channel or on this channel last Wednesday. You see that how that there is really no secured investment that has the level of return that real estate has. All right, so real estate gives you huge return. For instance, I'll just share this example, and that we explain these points better. Last week I spoke about two major estates, one in millions, one in hundreds of thousands. One is Ame Estate in Lagos Phase 3. Ame Estate in Lagos Phase 3. As of last week, it was currently being sold for 26 million naira for 500 square meter and 16 million naira for 300 square meter. So, and I announced for those of us that are ready to take advantage of it, with just an initial deposit of 5 million naira, that there is price increment. And on the 10th of this month, that the price was increased from 26 million to 29 million. Congratulations to most of you that took advantage, some of you that took advantage of it. You see that in 1 week, you've made extra 3 million without necessarily doing anything. So real estate actually gives you high return. So I shared that Army estate with us, and I also shared with us one estate in Ibadan, Arascot in Ibadan, that you can invest in, that is currently selling for outright 600,000 naira in a location that has title to the estate, surrounded by several estates opposite Andron Home, and in a place that when you buy, you are sure to get huge return. And I announced that by this month ending, that estate will be selling for 960,000 naira. So imagine you grab such opportunity. You still have few days to do that. Grab such opportunity and buy that kind of estate. So what will happen in 2 weeks? You've got an extra 300,000 naira. So you have a level of high return in real estate investment. So that makes it one of the great investment you can have. Remember, you don't need to wait to start. You can start from your level of income. Imagine buying that land of 600,000 and subscribing for the instrumental payments, then spread the payment for 1 year or 6 months. Then you will now, after 1 year, when you complete your payment, choose to resell. Notice you've gotten a lot of return. So there is actually no excuse why you are not buying land. It's not because you don't have money. No, it's not. So we looked at that. Another thing I explained last week was that real estate investment, real estate is very, very good and important because it is very safe. It's very safe and secure. We saw that word, land not a spoil. How that it is hardly perishable, especially in a country like Nigeria where we have less natural disasters. So when you buy a piece of land, you see that you can keep the land for as long as possible. It doesn't go bad, nothing happens to you. You can choose to sell it anytime and get your return. So nothing secures your investment more than real estate. That all of this makes it one of the best investments you can have. All right, so having seen these amazing opportunities, amazing reasons why you should be investing in real estate, the question now is, what are the real estate investment opportunities? And these are the things I'm going to be sharing with you. Remember to comment with your name and your location. So when you join us, let's know your name and where you are watching from. All right, do it to do that. So what are the real estate investment opportunities? Now that I know that real estate is very secured, real estate is protected against inflation, real estate have huge return, how do I get started? What are the opportunities that I have in real estate? So I'm going to be sharing with you some of them today, then we'll continue in subsequent Wednesdays. What are the real estate investment opportunities? Hope you are ready to learn and ready to start your investment opportunity, or rather, if you started earlier, you can invest more. You can actually have more. You can have more. There's never enough. There is never enough. There is no extent you can have that you say that is enough. No. When it comes to money, I believe you want to make more money. I believe you want to have more money. So the way to do that is to have more real estate investment. So you may be saying, you are telling us the good part of real estate. What about the bad part? What about the risk involved? What about the loss? One thing about real estate, what I tell people is that when you are dealing with the right company, you actually have very minimal loss, zero to nothing to lose. You actually have nothing to lose in most cases, because if it's a company like Modesty Real Estate, we do all the search for you. We ensure that you have 0% risk in buying properties. So it depends on who you are actually dealing with. So in real estate, there is hardly any risk involved. The other risk involved will be somebody that just walk up to you and want to claim your land, and you got the land genuinely. Those are things that are easy to deal with the right documentation, with the right company, with the right people. You will be able to deal with that. That is like one of the things we're going to learn in this real estate gist with Modesty, is understanding land titles. I'm going to explain to you different land titles. A title document is as important as the land. A land document is as important as the land. That piece of paper that contains the information about the land is as important as the land. So I'm going to share with you key things about land titles, even C of O, and how you can be scammed with a land that has C of O in subsequent Wednesdays. So we're going to look at that. But for today, we'll be looking at real estate investment opportunities. All right, ready? Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start with the one we know, the one that is very, very, very common, which is what is called buy and hold strategy. What I call buy and hold strategy. When people hear real estate, the first thing that comes to their mind is that they buy a land, they keep it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, and they will sell it after some time. This is like the most popular real estate investment opportunity. But that is not all. I'm going to share with you 3 more. So I'll just start with this, then we'll look at others. So buy and hold is when you buy a property and leave it for some time, then you will sell after you reserve for the sake of return. All right, it is what is also called land banking, whereby instead of keeping your money in the bank, you decided to keep it on a land, and it's one of the most secured way to save money, to invest, to save money. So because a money that you have invested on a land, you know that you cannot easily go and touch it. Before you sell that land, you have to think twice, you have to find alternative. But if the money is in your bank, when your auntie calls you, when somebody calls that you need 100,000, you need 200,000, you have 1 million naira in your bank, you know you can easily transfer from there and think that you're going to make it and replace it. But when you've invested the money on lands, you know you cannot do that. So it's very, very safe and secure. It helps you to have huge return. So buy and hold. And we usually tell people, don't in the name of buying real estate buy the bush that will never develop. So we know we say buy the bush, own the city. Buy the bush, own the city. If you have listened to me several times, you notice even on our YouTube channel we usually say that buy the bush, own the city, buy the bush, own the city. I mean, buy a place that has not developed now. In few years time, join the city big boys. Alright, but that is what you cannot just do. There are certain things you look at before you do buy and hold. You cannot just buy any land and waiting to get return on the land. No, we look at the location of the land. Where is the land located? So when you want to do buy and hold, when you want to buy a property and hold it for some time, location is one of the most important, one of the most vital thing to consider. All right, where is the land located? Then we look at the access roads to that location. How is the access road? You know, is it a land that you need to fold your trousers to get to? All right, before you get there, is it a land that there is no access road and there is no hope of having access to the next 5-10 years? You know, if you buy a land in a place like this, you can stay for 10 years and you won't get up to 50% return. All right, but if you buy in the right location, considering all of these factors I'm explaining, in 3 months to 6 months, you can even get up to 40% return. All right, so consider the location of where you are buying your land. Then in considering the location, there is what is called developmental factor. What is the rate of development in that area? How will this place look like in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 1 year? So before you buy your land, look at the rate of development. How was this place last year? How was this place last 2 years? How was this place last 3 years? I shared this last Wednesday and I'm going to say it again. You know, for those of you in Ibadan, there's a location called Olonda. Something happened this year, I think we sold some plots this year, that one of the plots we sold, the person bought it for 600,000 as at last year. Last 2 years, that is 1 year, 3 months, 600,000 per plot. It was 2 plots of land. As at the time my client was buying this land, the client had to beg to be able to buy the land for 3 million for 2 plots. 3 million. That means at the rate of 1.5 million naira per plot after 1 year, 3 months. What happened differently? Because of the rate of development, because of the road that was constructed in that area, and they gave them street lights, and they, of course, security is top notch, close to Army Barrack in Ibadan. So all of this development made the price of the land to go up. So that's what you consider. But you say, how do I know if the place have high rate of development? How do I know? That is why you need modesty real estate, right? You know, don't just say because you don't want to pay percentage, because you don't want to work with an agent, you don't want to work with a rental, you just want to get it on your own. You now look for a bush, apart from the other risk involved, like being duped, like buying a land that is not genuine. You can actually buy a land that is genuine, and with that you won't have a return from it. Why? Because you didn't consider the developmental factor. You didn't buy in the right location. So location is very key in this buy and hold strategy. So before you buy your land, ensure that it is the right location. Ensure that the location has a high rate of development. Ensure that there is access road. Alright? Because all of these can have effect on your return. All of this can have effect on your return. So if you have 5 million, 10 million, 1 million, 500,000 in your account right now, you want to invest in real estate, we have amazing offers for you that we know, we are 100% sure that in the next 1 year, these places can give you at least 40% return. All right, because of the rate of development. So we do all the work for you and we just make it easy for you. So buy and hold strategy, which is one way to invest in real estate. What do? Don't forget, I said check the location, check the rate of development, and also check the access route. So the next investment opportunity in real estate will be rental property. Rental property, whereby you buy a property or you build a property and you give it out to let to people and you earn from it. In fact, this is one way you can earn for life. If you have 5 million, 10 million naira and you decide to buy a building, you know, you can earn from it for life. And even in doing this, you must consider key things too. You cannot just buy a property that will not give you the kind of return, or build a property that will not give you the required return. All right, and location is still key. All right, I'm going to share an experience with you. I have a particular property in an area that we once inspected with our clients. This property has all the dope facilities. It has POP, it has everything you want to see in the house. Jacuzzi, all the modern facilities. But there is only one thing that is wrong with this property. It is located in a wrong location. It is in a wrong location. It's in a location that people that does not have big people, in quotes. It's not a high class location. So this property stayed for almost. This property has stayed for like 2 months now. It's a 4 flat and only 2 flats has been taken, because the amount that the person has invested in that property can build 3 houses in that area. Now, if the person has worked with a reliable real estate company like us in building the house, we will advise the person, instead of investing this kind of money in this kind of location, why not just build something simple and put the rent for like 500,000 instead of 1 million, for instance, or 400,000 in Ibadan instead of 1 million naira, 1.2, then build 2 of such. Because if you use that money to build 2 of such in those locations, in that kind of location, you will get more money. So many times in building a property, in doing rentals, you must consider the location. You must work with the right company to manage the property for you. You need the right advice. You don't just go, wake up, buy a property and start building whatever you like, hoping to get the money from it. No. All right. So you need to get it in the right location. You need to ensure that certain factors are in place. What is the security of the area? Then what are the what is the environment like? Imagine building a mansion in a place that all the houses are old houses. You know, there are many things involved in that kind of building. Of course, you are exposing the tenants you put there, you are exposing them to a lot of security issues, because they will be like the king of the jungle. All eyes will be on them. Somebody renting a property for 2 million naira in a place whereby the highest rent there is 300,000. Of course, for someone to rent a property of 2 million naira, is likely to drive a car of 10 to 14 million naira, right? So that means that at the moment the person drives and passes there, the person obviously is exposing himself to other persons that may want to rob or that may want to damage the person. So you don't build houses in the wrong location. So before I leave this, I want to share an experience with us. Sometime last year, somebody reached out to us, a property owner, funny enough, who built a duplex in an area in Ibadan that was surrounded by old houses. She was the only one that had a duplex. Built a duplex, very fine duplex to live there. You know what happened after 2 years? Fine boys begin to visit there. This is an area that has an estate, alright? So people were robbing her almost every week. She had to run from her house to us, and we looked for a decent property for her. We gave her a property in an estate. So she now put the place for rent, left the place and rented the property. If she has consulted us before building such a house, we'll tell her, you don't need to build this kind of house in this location. Instead of building this house, do something simple if you really want to live there, or buy land in a better location and build your mansion. So the principle of the right location is very, 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 very important, right? Right location, very, very important. So another thing I want to share with us about rental investment is what is called short lets. This is an aspect that many people have not explored. All right, when people hear rental investment, what is in their mind is buy a property, you rent it out, then or build a property, you rent it out, and be collecting rent per annum. Short let is one of the fastest way you can get money from renters. What is short let? Whereby you buy a property or lease a property. You mustn't even buy. Last 2 years, one of our properties in a place called Bodija in Ibadan was leased by someone for 10 years, and the person is using it for short let, and man, the person is making a lot of money from it because it's in a serene environment, it's in an estate, and it's just giving out the rooms, furnish the rooms, and it's giving it out per night. What is short let? Short let is whereby you build an apartment or lease an apartment, furnish it, make it a home, and it's put the furniture, put the kitchen utensils, put everything, television, everything that the person needs, and give it out per night. You know, there are some persons that come to a place for a short stay. They won't want to stay in a hotel. They want something like a home setting, maybe a mini flat, a room and parlor, or even a single room that they can cook. You know, if you're in a hotel, you cannot really cook. For some hotels, for most hotels, they need a place that they can cook. They have full control of what is happening. They can watch whatever they want to watch in the TV session. They have full control to just be like a home away from their home. So this is one major way you can make money from real estate rental services. So you can choose to buy a property and furnish it. You can choose to lease a property for 10 to 15 years and furnish it and be giving it out per night. You know what you can make in 1 month with the right management, with the right company managing the property for you. You can actually what you will make in 1 year for full year letting, you can make it in 1 week or 1 month for short lets. So let's do the math. Imagine you buy a property, and if you were to give it out per annum, it's going to be let's say 500,000 per annum or 700,000 per annum. All right, if in Ibadan, for instance, in an estate of 500, 700 or 1 million naira per annum. Now, if you furnish this apartment, imagine you spend like 1 million naira extra to furnish the apartment, 1 million to 2 million, depending on the size of the apartment, and you give it out per night. There are some furnished apartments that are used for short let in Ibadan that they pay as much as 50,000 per night, depend on the location. 50,000 per night. Then if it's more than 7 days, there can be a negotiation, maybe 30,000. That's how it's done. If it's 1 month, negotiation, 3 months, negotiation, then so the longer the cheaper. But if it's 50,000 per night, most times the cheapest it can go is 15 to 20,000 per night. If the person is staying for 3 months, you can do the math and calculate it times 3. All right, you see the kind of money you're going to be making. All right, 30,000 times 30, 30 times 30, and for the 30 days in a month. So short let is one massive opportunity that many persons have not explored in real estate investment. So if you are watching this video and you would like to explore that, you can reach out to us. We can guide you from start to finish in Ibadan or in your city. We can guide you from start to finish. We can actually manage the property for you. All you need is your money. We usually tell people, when it comes to real estate investment, with the right company like Modesty Real Estate Limited, all you need is your money. We have a professional team. We have the knowledge. We have the experience. We have everything that you need to run the short let. So if you have the money, then we can do the work for you. So short let is one major way to get massive return in real estate rental services. And the good thing is that you don't even need to have all the money. You don't need to have all the money. You can put money together with other persons and lease a place. And what do? You give it out for short lets. You lease a place and give it out for short let and be getting your money per day. Say, how am I going to get people to stay there? That is why you can't do everything all by yourself, for yourself, and want to get money. All right? If you are working with a company, we, like us, we do adverts, we drive traffic there, everything will be factored into the investment, and you will still have massive return. You will still have massive return. Massive. You know, I'm using the word massive because I know people that are enjoying this in Ibadan currently with mad returns from shortlets. And you don't need to break the bank to even do this when you have the right company. You don't need to break the bank, funny enough. Alright? There are many things you can get that are still very affordable to furnish a place and comfortable. Because that's what people need. They just want it comfortable, and at the same time, they want the place to be affordable. Alright? So shortlet is one way to do that, where you furnish an apartment and give it up per night. So another way to another real estate investment opportunity that you should explore, or that you should know, is what is called real estate crowdfunding. You know what is called crowdfunding? It means to put your money together with people and achieve an aim, right? To gather money, to put money together. Real estate crowdfunding is whereby you bring different persons together with their money, and they acquire a property. They can acquire a property that can be used for buy and hold. They can acquire a property for shortlets. They can acquire any kind of property, even the ones who will yet share. So they can pool their money together, acquire the property. Then when they want to sell the property, they put the money together too and share the profits. That's how it is. That is crowdfunding. Imagine, if you want to buy a property of 11 million naira, for instance, you may not be able to buy it, depending on your level of income now, once, but we can actually put together 10 persons, 11 persons that have 1 million and buy a property of 11 million naira. Because it is investment, once we have a call for a property, the first thing we ask people is, what do you need it for? Is it for investment? Is it for is it to live there? Is it for commercial? Why are you buying the property? Once you tell us the reason, then we'll know the best offer to give to you. Because for investment, you can get a distressed offer of a property that is worth 19 million naira, or even 18, 19 for as low as 11 million. Maybe someone is, what is a distressed offer? That is someone that is in distress, that need money urgently. Maybe you want to travel out of the country, or he has a sickness he needed to treat. One thing or the other can put someone in distress. Alright, that will make him want to sell a property. I'll give a typical example, practical example. Today, my client and I, we inspected the property this morning in Ibadan. Why is the owner selling the property? He said the visa is out, and he showed us evidence, and it's a property that is genuine. We have the document, we've done all the verification. If you look at this property, the worth of this property is actually over 2 million naira. 2.5 million naira. And the person is saying, even if you have 1.2, even if you have 1.5, just bring the money. What matters is, do you have the money to pay? It's just a land. Do you have the money to pay? So imagine that kind of opportunity. We have offers like that, and the worth of the property is 20 million, and the person is ready to collect 11 million, 12 million naira. Say, how do I know about these offers? Remember, you don't need to stress yourself when you have the right company. That is always the question. That is always it. Alright? You don't need to. You only need to trust us to do the work for you. We don't just sell lands, we sell peace of mind for your wealth. Alright? Remember to comment your name and where you are watching from. Comment your name and where you are watching from when you join us. So, real estate crowdfunding, as I was saying before, is when you put your money together, to buy a particular property. Group of persons putting money together, and it's for massive return. Alright, the next real estate investment opportunity I'm going to be sharing with you is what is called commercial real estate. Last week I told us the different types of real estate, and one part of the types I mentioned is commercial real estate. That is building a property for the sake of business. This is an area that many persons don't know about, and they don't exploit it. When it comes to commercial real estate, one of the things that make it the best is because it is always very, very affordable to get. very affordable to get. You know, it is cost effective. For instance, if you want to build a set of shops like 10, 20 shops, build a complex that has like 10, 20 shops that can give you massive return in a city like Ibadan, you cannot compare the money you will make in renting out 20 shops with the money you will make in renting out 4 flats. And you know the good part, you are going to spend more in building 4 flats than the money you will spend in building 20 shops. So you see that? So when it comes to commercial real estate, you spend less, you get more. You spend less, you get more. So the money you spend in the investment is really, really minimal, and the turnover is massive. Just build the shop at the right location. As we always say, location is key in real estate investment. You notice all of these opportunities I've been sharing with you. One thing that I've been repeating over and over and over again, for 2 major things I've been repeating over and over and over again. The first is location and the surrounding factors. The second is the need for an expert. The need for an expert. The need for an expert. So before you invest in real estate, before you spend those hundreds of millions in building that house, have you spoken with an expert? Have you spoken with a real estate company like us? You need to speak to us because we actually have the answer. Okay, so commercial real estate is something that can give you quite a number of return, quite a number of money, and you can actually do commercial real estate with crowdfunding too. 2-3 persons can put their money together to build a shop, to build a complex, and this will keep bringing money over and over and over and over and over again. You can build a shopping mall, you can build a shop, depending on the amount you have and where you are located. Funny enough, we have shops in Ibadan, for instance, that the rent is as much as 500,000 to 1 million naira per annum. Imagine having a shop like that, and you have, let's do the math. Imagine you have like 30 units of a shop that is 500,000 per annum. 30 units, 500,000 per annum. 500, that is 15 million, right? That's what you'll be getting per annum. What kind of house are you going to build that will give you 15 million per annum? How many units of a house will give you that? All right, you see that, like, that's something massive. Oh, if it's 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats to give you 15 million, you are really going to put a lot in it. If it's a city like Ibadan, you're going to put heaven on it to get that kind of money. All right, and you're going to put it in a location where a plot of land is 100 million, because you cannot expect people to be paying 5 million naira per annum in a location where that 5 million can buy a land. You see that? But you can make that 15 to 30 million in a place that, in a commercial area where you just build shop, construct some shops, and just give it out and just be collecting your money. And just give it out to a company like us, I'll just be managing it for you, just be getting your money. And another advantage of commercial real estate is that it doesn't take time either to build or to be given out. If you have right buildings in the right locations that are made for business purposes, you know, many times when the place get vacant, before it get vacant, another person would have paid for it. We do letting in the company, we do real estate letting. From experience, you notice that the number of persons looking for shops or looking for complexes, looking for malls to rent are far more than the number of persons looking for houses. And many times, to get a shop is one of the hardest things that is harder than to getting a house. So if you have the right shops in the right location, you cannot really stay 1 to 2 weeks and the shop is still vacant. As long as the price is moderate, as long as it is what is obtainable in that area, it is in the right location. So you are sure in 12 months, you are sure to get 11 months rent. That means if somebody is living in that place, at least 11 months rent in 12 months. Sometimes you are sure to get the full 12 months. But when it comes to house, you may not get that. The house may be vacant for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, for 4 weeks. For like that example I just shared with us, the house may even be vacant for 2-3 months. That is, if you go and build a king in the jungle, if you go and build a mansion in a place that is full of, in a place without mansion. So commercial real estate is something you should really consider. Consider that. It's something you should put your money in. You have 5 million naira, hit our company line. Then let's talk. We can get you something. We can build you some set of shops that will give you massive return. You have 10 million naira, you have people you can combine with, or you want to combine with people from our company. We can give you something nice that you can just be sleeping and be getting a lot. Remember, landlords grow rich in their sleep. So while you sleep, your money is working. Consider investing in commercial real estate. Let me know if you are learning something. If you are watching this video, kindly comment. So write your name and your location and where you are watching from. Right, and write what the value you've gotten so far. So let's know if you are getting value. All right, that's commercial real estate. Then finally for today, there's what is called house flipping. House flipping. One way to get massive return in real estate is what is called house flipping. What is house flipping? It is when you get a house, you renovate it and you give it out to let, either for short let or per annum. So it's when you get a house that needs renovation, you now renovate it, turn it to a new house, and you give it, and you can make massive return from this. Massive return. There are buildings that they don't necessarily need to be demolished. All they need is to be touched up. You just need to touch one or two things. You just need to touch one or two things. You just need to put money here and there, and you make massive return. Imagine buying a building for 13 million naira and spending extra 3 million. You know, many times you can get after spending the 3 million on the furnishing, on the renovation, you can get something that if you naturally want to buy it like that, it's going to cost you over 30 million naira. So house flipping is something that you should really consider. You buy a particular building, you renovate it, and you sell it. Remember, the aim is to sell it. Many times not really to let. No. It's that you buy a building that needs renovation, you renovate it and you sell it. So you can buy a building for 10 million naira, renovate it with 30 to 5 million naira, and sell it for 25 million naira. Funny enough, you see that kind of massive profit. Everything can be done in 2 to 3 months. The purchase, the renovation, 2 to 3 months. So imagine making extra 10 million with 15 million naira. You invested 15 million with us, you bought a building, we did the renovation for you with our engineers, and you sell it. Maybe the sales process can be another 1 month, and it's 3 to 4 months. You've gotten extra 10 million without doing anything. You know why we're emphasizing the anything? Say, but won't I be involved in the renovation? Won't I be involved in the purchase? Won't I be involved? That is why you can't do it. You need an expert like us. You know, I keep emphasizing that. Whoever told you that you can invest in real estate without a realtor definitely is deceiving you. Definitely. I was talking with someone a few days ago about real estate. Something happened. Something pathetic happened. Something really pathetic. So pathetic that I almost cried. You know why? Because this person bought a property from someone in the name of someone that he knows, someone that is from the same community he knows, in the name of wee. You know, when you tell people that wee syndrome, now wee now. So he bought the property 2 years ago. The person just took them to a land and said, this is the land. The person is not in Nigeria, so took a relation to the land, said this is the land, and they did agreement, send it to the person, and the person did not even bother to read the agreement, just signed. Now after 2 years, he want to resell the land, which the value, bought the land for 2 million, the value is supposed to be like 4 to 5 million, only to discover that it was a fraudulent land. Even in the agreement, there was no address. Can you imagine? There wasn't an address in the agreement. So what did the person do? He just took them to a land, just showed them the land, and did a paper for them, and that is all. There was no address. And that's my friend just signed it in the name of trust. That's what we tell people. Don't buy land because he's your brother, he's your sister. Do your due diligence. And if you are working with a real estate company, that can never happen. Especially a reliable one. Those that know what they are doing, like us. Can never. Sometimes we tell people, if you see the level of effort we put in for our clients to make sure that they get the right property, you will think that, is this one not too much? Are the questions not too much? You are going to ministry of now many times. You are doing all of this just to make sure, because money is not easily gotten. Money is not what you pick on the ground, and who wants to lose your money? So hope you've learned something today. We looked at, I gave you a short introduction about what real estate is, what we taught last Wednesday, the types of real estate, why you should invest in real estate. Then I shared with you key real estate investment opportunities, buy and hold strategy, commercial real estate, house flipping, and crowdfunding, real estate crowdfunding. So 4 major real estate investment opportunities. So let me know if you learned something in the comment section. Do well to comment with what you learned. So let me know if you learned something. So you're watching this video either on YouTube or on our Facebook channel, do well to let us know if you learned something. So if you have questions, so do well to ask. You have a question on what was taught today or anything real estate, ask your question. So we just have 1 to 2 minutes for that. If anyone has a question, you have a question on what was taught today, real estate investment opportunities, or there's any question related to your land, any question related to real estate you want to clarify, you want us to attend to, this is the opportunity. This is why it's a gist, it's real estate gist with modesty. So you have the opportunity to ask your questions, and I'm going to get back to you on that now. So if you have questions, do well to ask your questions, and also keep commenting. Let me know if you got value. Let me know if you got value in this video. We spoke about house flipping, we spoke about real estate crowdfunding, we spoke about commercial real estate investment, building shops, complexes, and malls. Then we spoke about buy and hold strategy. So those are the major real estate investment opportunities. All right. What about what people call, some people do land banking, and they say we'll just take your money and we'll give you 50% extra in 5 months, and you don't know what they are doing with your money. Many of those investments are scams. I tell people, many of them. If you are doing anything that has to do with land, request evidence. Let them show you that they actually bought this land. If it's crowdfunding, there should be an agreement with the number of persons involved. See the agreement. Not just giving somebody your money in the name of investment. After 1 year, expect to get 50% return. It's not done that way. It has to be an actual land and the person is buying with your corner piece and all of that. So with subsequent Wednesdays, we'll look at more things about what to check out for buying real estate, and we'll also look at understanding land titles. What is a title document? What is a deed? What is C of O? How do you avoid scam in buying real estate? Quite a number of things await us in subsequent Wednesdays. So in the absence of any question, I think we can call it a day. All right. Is there any question? All right, just 1 more minute. Thank you. All right, some of you are commenting that you got so much value. Okay, so let's know if you have questions. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to share the link. Don't forget to invite your friends for next week Wednesday. Ensure that they join. Ensure that they join us. Okay. All right. So I think that is the end of today's gist, real estate gist with modesty. So I'll see you again on Wednesday next week. All right.